Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about what it means to be happy. I'm going to be filming it on my podcast as well on Spotify. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out. If you like this stream, check out my other streams that I have as well. And my most recent video, how to get through a hard time. So if you absolutely love these, check out all my socials, Jayla and Baby or Jayla_and Baby, because if you like this, I know you'll like my socials as well. So here we go. And then comment your thoughts because I really do want to hear them. So here we go. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Better Than Yesterday podcast. This is episode 37 with Jayla and Baby. And today we're going to be talking about what it means to be happy. So, as always, we're going to start off with what happiness means. So, happiness is basically a sense of satisfaction, joy, enjoyment, just all amazing feelings that make us feel good feelings that are just like excitement or whatever it may be, right? We feel good. So, how do we get and achieve this feeling? Well, first of all, we want to be doing things that you love and enjoy every day, even if they're little things. I've spoken briefly about this on other streams, other socials, and other podcast episodes, but basically, you want to incorporate into your day to day life things that you love every day. And I always come back to this example how for me, things that bring me joy is social interaction face to face that make me laugh and feel good. So, like with my mom or my friends, whether that's a FaceTime or talking and laughing with them face to face or even a phone call. Dancing for me, I'll put on some music in the bathroom and I'll dance 10 minutes. And then making or grabbing a coffee. If for some reason I can't grab a coffee, I'll make one at home. And that brings me joy. So I make sure that I incorporate those three things in my day every single day because they make me happy. All right. Now, it's also important though to remember that having a happy life doesn't mean you're going to be happy 100% of the time, all of the time. That's unrealistic and not possible, like at all. But having a happy life is feeling happy and good a lot of the time. But you have to also keep in mind that just because you have a bad week or a bad month doesn't mean that you have a bad or negative life. Okay. But it's important also to remember that happiness overall is a choice. Regardless of what you've been through, regardless of what you go through, regardless of what is happening in your life, being happy is a choice. I really would like to tie this into this amazing TED Talk by Tia Graham, where she shared her story about growing up with her dad, and they got into her and her mom and dad got into a rough divorce, and her dad was very down and he was very different, and she always thought, oh my gosh, is this what my dad's going to be like now? And so Tia was sharing about how one day she woke up to a bunch of loud music playing, and she went downstairs and she saw her dad making pancakes and singing and dancing. And she remembered him sharing to her that he has had, she asked him why he was so happy today and why he was playing music. And like, was it his birthday? And she was young. And he was like, no, I've had a horrible, rough 3 years. And today's the day that that's all going to change. I'm going to have a good life and a happy and happy days from here on out. And I've decided to make that change. And clearly that really resonated with Tia. And I thought that was so strong and so powerful because he went through a hard breakup and he was probably so heartbroken and grieving and whatever it may be. But I thought that was so powerful to show that no matter what you're going through, at any point in time, it's ultimately up to you to decide, okay, today's the day that all that's going to change for me. I'm going to make today the best day that I can. And all the days that follow, no matter what happens, no matter what someone says, no matter what, today's going to be a good day, and so will the other days following, right? But sometimes things are inevitable and some things are going to be inevitable to happen. But what you are in control of is how you react to those circumstances. So taking in what is happening and then letting it go when they happen and moving along forward in the most helpful way to you, right? Because we ultimately want to be happy and feel happy. So I loved that. I thought it was great. But what does being happy and having a happy life look like? So when you think of a happy life, what does that look like for you? It's a good self-reflection question because what being happy and having a happy life to me may not be a happy life to you, right? You want to do things that you like and you enjoy that may not be what I find happy, and bring joy to me. So that's something you got to figure out yourself, right? The things that bring you joy and incorporate them every day. So, but ultimately, it has been shown that the close relationships that you have in your life, or any type of relationship that you have in your life that are strong and happy and good and content, reflect on your happiness. So if you have a lot of happy, good relationships in your life, you are more likely to be happy and a happy individual. But if you have a lot of relationships in your life that you may think are toxic or just all over the place, or they're just lying to you, or they're abusive, or whatever it may be, and inconsistent and unreliable, you're not going to be happy within yourself, right? Because you're going to feel like all this overwhelm emotion and overwhelmed, negative emotions and feelings from these unsustainable relationships in your life that don't make you feel good, right? So we need to make sure that the relationships in our life are relationships that make us feel good and feel happy because they influence us as individuals as well, right? We want to surround ourselves by people who uplift us and bring us joy, not people who drag us down and make us feel less than. It's not what we want to do. The more fulfillment and joy you have in these relationships in your life, the more fulfillment and joy you will have within yourself, right? Because we're growing a deeper, meaningful connection that we are investing our energy into, which are going to be invested back into us. But here are some actions that you can take to develop a happier life, right? Helping others. Find ways where you can help others, whether that's, you know, giving back to your community or giving to someone in need, helping somebody out, paying for their meal, paying for their groceries, helping your mom out with the chores around the house, driving somewhere, someplace, helping someone pick out an outfit, buying someone a meal, anything like that. You will notice the more that you give to someone, it's like the most amazing feeling ever when you give to somebody. That feeling you get from how you give back to someone is like unexplainable. Like that happiness is unexplainable. So try doing it more and try seeing how it makes you feel because I'm telling you, you will not regret it. It is beautiful. Honestly, beautiful. Because it also gives you a sense of belonging when you try to help other people out and then they're appreciative of you for what you've done or how you've helped them. It's like, wow, like someone's there for me, someone cares for me, someone wants to help me. And then you feel like, wow, a sense of belonging in their life because you gave back to them and you were a part of that helping, right? Another thing is the golden rule. I feel like it's slept on, so we're going to speak on it. So what even is the golden rule, you may ask? If you have me on Instagram, you may have saw a few days ago, I pinned the golden reel on my notes thing on Instagram. And the golden rule is basically treat others how you want to be treated. And I feel like it's such a slept on motto because it's so true. Treat others how you want to be treated. Why is that so hard? Be kind, be as patient as you can, be as loving as you can, be as, sincere and genuine and empathetic and sympathetic as you can to other people. You really never know what someone's going through or have gone through. So just treat people how you would like to be treated. Someone shouldn't have to explain themselves for something they are going through or they've been through for you to treat them differently. I don't want to say hate that, but I don't like it. I don't like when I have to explain myself to someone for why I'm acting a certain way that day or being a certain way for them to treat me differently. Because it's oftentimes when you explain yourself and what's going on, it's almost like they completely change and treat you differently. And I don't like that feeling. Sometimes I'm not ready to talk about something, and I don't expect someone else to be ready to talk about something either. But treat others how you want to be treated. It goes a long way, okay? Especially the elders, because they're very impatient. But when you treat them how you would want to be treated when you're older, my mom always said this thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but I like to think of it. When an older person's being a little rude, I'll be so patient with them. And she's like, Jayla, for every old person that you are kind to, it is said to be that 10 people, when you're older, 10 times more young people will treat you that way when you're old and impatient or whatever it may be. So always be kind to the elder, because they're cranky, they're tired, their body hurts, it takes them forever to get up to a place. So be patient with them. You really don't know what it's like because you've never been there yet. So be kind. Just choose to be kind. Be present and be grateful. I love to emphasize this. Be present and be grateful. Oh my gosh. You have no idea. You have no idea. And I say this time and time again on these podcast episodes because it's so easy to forget, and you shouldn't forget it, that the life that we live is a life that people around the world would pray to have and do anything for. Just an ounce of the life that you have and live, right? The way you look, the way you can choose to eat whatever you like, the way you have a car just for yourself and not a family car, and not having to walk everywhere, not having to walk miles for water, or just eating. There's some people out there who share a loaf of bread with their family, and that's their meal. They don't get to choose to have a cheese chicken quesadilla or a Chipotle bowl or Chick-fil-A or pancakes. Like, no, that's not a thing. Some people can't afford that stuff. It's not even around. It's not even in convenience locally. So it's very important to realize that the things you have, you're so blessed to have. Your health, being able to access healthcare and afford it. You need to be aware of this. That will help you extremely feel happier and feel better, right? So just keep that in mind. You are amazing. You are appreciated. You are seen. So just take it easy. You're doing great. Don't be too hard on yourself. Life is supposed to be beautiful. Life is supposed to be fun. Don't stress about things that you cannot control. All you can control is you and your emotions and your reactions and the way you live your life. So why wouldn't you do that to the best of your ability? Because you're so amazing. You are so amazing, and you are more amazing than you know. I hope this episode helped you in whatever way it may. Please leave a rating and review. It would help me extremely. And remember to be 1% better than you were yesterday. Have a great day. See you next week. Take care, you guys.